Hi, it's John from Manycaps here with Thursday Q&A. We've got some fantastic questions, so let's just dive straight in. First question is around management reviews. Most ISO standards have the requirement for you to have them, and the question is a really good one. The question is, how do I get everyone in a room and paying attention for 4 hours? That's how long our management review tends to take, and I'm really struggling to get people involved. Well, it's no wonder. 4 hours is a heck of a long time to have a management review, even if you do bring some tea and some cakes and some biscuits. So here's a little thing to think about. There's nothing in any of the systems that says you have to have the management review in one big sit down session. Why not break it up? You can have it over a number of weeks, number of months, as long as over the period of time you've decided you cover everything that the standard is asking you to look at. So think about having a session where you're only going to cover your non-conformances, or maybe you join a couple of them up, talk about the risks to the business, you talk about the suppliers. Do them in small bite-sized chunks, and that way people are going to be more involved and you're going to get through them in about 20 to 30 minutes. Another great question from our mailbox for Thursday Q&A sessions. This one is around the design process, and the question is really short but quite telling. Is what things do I have to do to make sure that my design process meets the requirements of ISO? How do I know I'm doing all the right things? It's not an uncommon question. The thing to remember is that ISO is about a framework. It's not about do this, do that. ISO is not going to tell you the nitty-gritty detail that you have to do for your product, because it's your business and it's your products. What they are going to tell you is there's certain things you have to look at. You have to look at the user needs, and those users could be the end users. They can also be your people manufacturing the product as well. You have to think about what the design inputs of your product are, what are the things that it has to meet, and ISO has got some clues around that within the standard. You have to think about your design outputs and what things are going to come out of your design to allow you to manufacture that. And you have to verify that those design outputs that you've come up with meet your design inputs. So if you've asked for a red box, have you designed a red box? Finally, in your final product, you have to make sure that that final product meets what the user needs to wear. Is it a red box, and is that red box 4 inches square? If it is, great. If you design something and it comes out and it's 7 inches square, it doesn't meet the requirements, and you've failed. That's the process that ISO recommends, and it's looking for you to have systems in place for each one of those processes. Now you can combine some of those processes together. You can combine the design output and the verification process into one process. That's entirely up to you. You can have somebody external doing your validation. Absolutely up to you, and many companies do that. So it's around developing a design process that's going to work for you as a business, that is going to be easy to work with and consistent. That's how you meet the requirements. So that was this week's Thursday Q&A. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get something out of it. Keep sending in more questions. Remember, we're going to cover everything from ISO systems to lean and leadership. Love to hear from you. Thanks.